What's going on, guys? So I wanted to update you guys on what is going on in the life of Jaime Beja right now. Not really, but what I wanted to update you guys was what's happening with the business. I have not been talking much about it, or even let alone what's been happening honestly personally, because I have not been on point with my content and the updates and everything that is happening. There's been a lot that has transpired over the last, I would say, 30 days really. The last 30 days were a little chaotic. They were a little intense. Not chaotic in like a bad way, just a lot happening. A lot of different things happening at the same time. I haven't been as on point with updates and like what's happening currently in the business, or just things like that. I'm trying to like really dial it back into the way I was in January and February. The last 2 weeks of February, or the last 3 weeks really, most of February, it was really most of February, it was rough. It was really rough. Again, I said this from the beginning, from the first video that I ever made, is like I want to let you guys into everything and anything that is happening in my life as to like what has stopped me and what is helping me get to $1 million a month. This channel is not just about making money, right? This channel is to really inspire each and every single one of you to accomplish anything that you want to accomplish. I've been through this roller coaster for the last 7 years of trying to hit $1 million a month. And really that goal really didn't come up till like 2022. But the other roller coaster that I've been on is my health journey, where I've had a very, I would say intense, from what I know intense is, autoimmune condition. So I was diagnosed with something called Hashimoto's. And I think I've talked about this before, but Hashimoto's is basically when your body does not produce as much thyroid hormones as it's supposed to. Over the last 7 years, I've done a ton of research and I've worked with a ton of different doctors to really figure out like what's beneath it and what's behind it. It's been a big factor as to like what stopped me from really accomplishing my goals. Through the years, it's gotten significantly better and it's improved over time. And I will say that between October and then November and December and January, like January, I was at my absolute peak this past January, like absolute peak. It was the best I have felt in a very long time, energetically, cognition-wise, psychologically, emotionally, mentally. Like I was fucking locked in. When I say I was locked in, guys, like I was locked in. I was recording content every single day. I was not missing a beat. Business was improving. Systems were getting better, and on and on and on. And then in February, I hit a freaking wall. I just hit an absolute wall. And I didn't hit the wall because like I was overworking or I wasn't sleeping enough. It really wasn't because of that. I was working with a doctor who specializes with people who have autoimmune conditions and different things like that, who takes more of a naturopath approach. I was at a point where I was doing so good. Like I just felt so good. We did some testing to kind of figure out like where else we can go to like really just take it to another level. And she ended up telling me, she was like, hey, you have this quote unquote bad bacteria. And again, we all have different, bad bacteria through our gut, different things like that. And if I haven't told you guys this before, like I am a bit of a biohacking nut. I learned a bunch of different things when I found out about my autoimmune condition. And I'm also somebody who believes I can live to like 120 to 150 pretty healthily. Like I think a lot of us are going to live to that point. And which is interesting because I really thought I was going to be one of those people. And now that I'm realizing, I'm like, I think I just saw what was happening in the world. Like it's not just going to be me. Like it's going to be a lot of people. So like I had the mindset that I could do it, but technologically, scientifically, there's so much stuff out there now as to like why people should not live that long. Long story short, I'm digressing. Like I'm working with this doctor and we're like, okay, where can we take it to the next level? And so she's like, hey, like I would never, ever recommend this, but I'm suggesting that you get an antibiotics. I think if you kill this last parasite that's in there, it'll take your autoimmune condition to a whole new level in the sense of like how much better and receptive your body's going to be. And you'll perform at even an optimal level. And I was like, damn, that sounds great. Like, why not? Check this out, guys. In January, I hit 115 miles running. I was at my peak. Like, I have never ran that many miles in a single month. I ran 17 miles like at a 450 pace or something, or I think it was like 850 or something like that. Something crazy for me. Like, I was like, dude, I am like good. I was locked in. Work was good. I was like very receptive and very present with like what was happening. And then the antibiotics hit me. First 2 weeks of February, I just got demolished. I could not run. I literally went from running 30 miles a week to 15 miles a week. On the third week of February, I think I hit about 6 miles, or I might have done 15 miles 3 weeks in a row. But those 15 miles were like struggling miles. Like I think the 30 miles were easier than the 15. That's how bad the antibiotics hit me. By the third or fourth week, I had antibiotics for 2 weeks. I thought I was in the clear. I thought I would feel better after the antibiotics were gone, but it actually was worse because my body was now, keep in mind, like when you take antibiotics, your body is getting completely demolished through killing your good good bacteria and your bad bacteria. What ended up happening is that I think all the good bacteria that I built over the last 5 months of really being consistent with my sleep, my food, and all that, it also got killed. And so it made my gut so sensitive to the point where my autoimmunity, when it came to Hashimoto's and how sensitive my gut was, actually got reignited again. The last 4 weeks, the last 4 weeks have been really, really rough when it comes to just my energy and my cognition. Like those last 2 weeks of February were rough. This first week of March was a little bit better. This second week of March is slightly better, but I'm still not quite there yet. Like I'm still at a point where I'm still kind of like tired. I'm still kind of foggy. It's really humbled me again because I'm like, damn, I finally felt like I was building massive rhythm, and now I'm restarting again. In a sense, I am basically restarting again where I was back in November and December. And so now I'm at a point where I can tell my energy is starting to pick up. Like this probably last 7 days, my energy is for sure picking up, and I'm like, okay, we're rebuilding. And I'm like, damn, it's gonna take me basically 4 to 6 weeks to get back to where I was at my peak at the end of January. And honestly, it was a little heartbreaking because I'm like, dude, like this is rough. Like nobody truly understands, if they've never had an autoimmune condition, how debilitating it is. And I also regret that I took those antibiotics. I'm gonna tell this doctor when I have my next appointment with her, I'm like, that was a really bad decision. If it actually kills the bacteria that it was supposed to kill to make me feel even better, then I guess it might have been worth the struggle that I've been going through. But if it's still there, that was a really bad decision. But look, what really matters though is like I would have regretted probably, maybe not, if I would have never taken the antibiotics. What if I would have still been feeling good, but I would have still known that there was something slightly holding me back? I remember when she pitched this to me, like I didn't even hesitate. I just asked her like, is this gonna, maybe affect me a little bit? She's like, yeah, possibly. And I saw like she was a little like, I could see a little bit of concern where she thought it could. But at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? I'm a risk taker. I've always taken massive risks, and I am where I am because I've taken risks. And so I was like, I'm gonna take the risk. If I've been feeling an 8.5 or 9 out of 10 good in January consistently, which I never have in many, many, many years, I'm like, well, what if I can get to 9, 9.5, 10? I'm like, it's worth it. Like it's 100% worth it. I did it. It has been very rough, but luckily the business is still moving. The business is still shaking. Like nothing is stopping it. And I think it's really because I believe it's one of my best skills is that I have is that I'm able to put a team together that specializes within their own craft and knows what to do. I am nowhere near as good as I can be in regards to like some of the best entrepreneurs have ever existed, leaders and just people who function in those type of positions. It's not just entrepreneurs, right? Like CEOs are not entrepreneurs. They're basically employees, but they're leading thousands of people. So like it's that type of skill set. So luckily the business right now is about to, I really think it's about to explode. And I'm going to leave that for a next video and update you guys on what's been happening. But I wanted to drop this just to kind of update you guys on like where things have been on. Right now it's March 15th, I believe, or March 16th. I am still slightly getting triggered by this autoimmunity. Like my gut has gotten so sensitive from it. Like, and I don't know if you guys can tell, but you guys have probably seen this in the past where like my skin looks kind of red and ashy. It's because of that. Like it's not because I don't put lotion on, or it's not because of anything and all that. When your gut is so sensitive, like literally a lot of different types of food trigger it. And it's not because you're necessarily allergic to it. It's just because your body can't handle it because the gut lining around your gut is not healed. The crazy thing about all this is that like I feel like I've become somewhat of a mini expert when it comes to entrepreneurship, health, spirituality, just being super fit when it comes to lifting weights, running a business, running a sales team, marketing, like so many different things, even as like a dad, honestly. That's why I like to say like, and share that like this channel is not just for making money. Like this channel is for everything. Like I truly believe that I have learned so many lessons, like so many, like countless. I wish I can put them in a book, and maybe I will one day. But if there's one way that I can share this with everybody that I think it'll help, is just through these videos. And so I wanted to give you guys that life update right now. And I'm actually meeting up a friend right now. I'm gonna hang out, and then I'm gonna go record several more hours of content after this. I love you guys, and I will be dropping a ton of content this year. And so I'm getting back on it. I'll see you guys in the next video.